What's going on, Duelist? Excalion here, and today's video will be pretty brief. It's a response video to a video that Loza put out this morning, how Konami could fix the Dark Magician. And this is a passion project of mine. These are a few cards that I designed a while ago, basically that I felt could help the Dark Magician as an archetype, help move it up a little bit quicker. And I think Loza, he is an excellent spokesperson for the Dark Magician. He plays them all the time. He's been very critical of them. Of course, they don't get much support, right? Dark Magician does not, it seems like Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, Cyber Dragon Heroes, they get support all the time. Dark Magician gets a card here or there. And most recently, Dragoon. But, you know, if you play Master Duel, you know you can't even use Dragoon, which is, it sucks. You know, it really sucks. But Dragoon is a great boss monster for the set. But it kind of requires you to play a couple of specific cards, either the Eye of Timaeus or Red Eyes, you know, and if you just want to play Dark Magician, you need something apart from that. So I have a few things here that I think will help that out immensely. And starting with, of course, the Eye of Timaeus. If you are unaware, there is a problem with the card text of the Eye of Timaeus. Basically, it says, target one Dark Magician monster you control. Now, the problem with that is it's not specifically Dark Magician, and that's why you can't actually use any cards like Rod or Soul Servant to search Eye of Timaeus, and that is its biggest downfall. Otherwise, it's a perfectly fine fusion card, minus the fact that it doesn't have fusion or polymerization in the name or anything like that. It's, you know, it's okay. What we do have is Secrets of Dark Magic, and that's, again, perfectly fine, perfectly cool. It's a quick play, which does help it, and it can also be used to ritual summon. That's fine. So my idea is kind of to mix both of those together with a spell card, a quick play spell called Dark Magical Polymerization. And the text for this card would read, this card can be used to fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck that mentions Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl as material by shuffling the fusion materials listed on it from the hand, field, or graveyard into the deck. If Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl being used as material is face up on the field, you can use it as both fusion materials. So basically, the last part of the text is what ties it to the Eye of Timaeus. Otherwise, it's a quick play spell like Secrets. You can return the materials to the deck in order to do so. And I think it would be such a huge card. And by the way, it can be searched with Rod and Soul Servant. So to me, this would actually help tie things together quite a bit so far as Dark Magician fusion summoning goes. And honestly, people be like, yeah, this makes getting Dragoon on the field way too easy. I'm sorry, I don't care. There's way more busted cards out there nowadays than just Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. So to me, that would be immensely helpful. Thing 2 on my list would be a retrain for Dark Magician Girl. Now, I call this Sorceress of Dark Magic, and the idea is it's basically a bigger, beefier version of Dark Magician Girl with a little special effect at the end. So with a 2500 attack line and a 2100 defense line, just like Dark Magician, though she is 8 stars, this card's name becomes Dark Magician Girl while on the field or in the graveyard. When this card is special summoned, target one card on the field, flip it face down. This target gains 500 attack for each Dark Magician on the field or in the graveyard until the end of this turn, not once per turn. Decrease this card's attack by 500 and either increase the attack of one Dark Magician you control by 500 or decrease the attack of one of your opponent's monsters by 500. To me, this plays into Dark Magician Girl being the ultimate support system for Dark Magician. That's kind of what she always was. She was there in the background to be a huge player role for Dark Magician, and this helps her do that. It keeps the Dark Magician Girl name, and it also adds a little bit of support. Whenever she's special summoned, she can flip a card on the field face down. That, I believe, is huge. That could turn a big boss monster face down to avoid its effect. It could be a spell or a trap that can only be activated once per turn. I really think that this would be a huge step in the right direction, and again, since her name is Dark Magician Girl, she can be used to float into any of the DM Girl fusions with the new polymerization card that I mentioned before, and I think that would help make Dark Magician Girl a little bit more relevant nowadays. And on the last card that I have here, is the Dark Sage of Wisdom. Now, Dark Sage is a card that I always adored. The artwork was so cool. The idea behind it was always awesome to me. The idea of having a dark magician that waited for 1,000 years and learned all of this magic because of the magic of Time Wizard. And back in the day, he had something that not a lot of cards could do. He could pull a spell card from your graveyard and add it to your hand. There were not a lot of cards that could do that back in the day. Magician of Faith, and maybe a few select spell cards here and there, Magical Stone Excavation, stuff like that. But that was a pretty good effect. The problem was getting Dark Sage on the field was near impossible. I think Team Samurai X1 just did a video recently in Master Duel where the entire point was to try and get Dark Sage on the field, and it was a conundrum nonetheless. But my idea here is it's a complete retrain of the original, so he does have the same stat line, 2,800 attack and 3,200 defense. And he has a beautiful callback to the old Dark Sage with a powerful new ability that would make this card super relevant. Now, number one thing about this effect that I felt was super, super important. This card's name becomes Dark Magician while on the field or in the graveyard. You can use this card to float into all of your Dark Magician monsters that you need to float into, or to power up your Dark Magician girl, whatever it is. And getting into his effect, once per turn, this card can be special summoned from the hand by tributing one Dark Magician you control. When this card is special summoned, you can target one spell card that is banished or in your graveyard and add it to your hand. Quick effect, once per turn, when a spell card is activated, you can send a spell card from your hand or field to the graveyard to negate the activation and destroy that card. This gives Dark Magician some duly needed on-field negation, disruption, that is very important. And again, once per turn, if you're able to use him to float with Dark Magical Circle or to float with Eternal Soul, you can continue to special summon him, continue to get a spell card back either from the graveyard or banished, and you can use that to negate a spell card that your opponent uses. For me, this is probably the most important card. Well, no, that's not true. That's not true. The polymerization is the most important, 100%, but this is a close second. We have not seen Dark Sage get any amount of love since it came out, and that is a mistake. As popular as Dark Magician is, as iconic as it is, and as cool as this monster was to see on the field at Pegasus's castle, it really is huge. I believe that it is needed. But yeah, this is pretty much all I have for the video. Again, response to Loza. I think his card, the Palladium Atom that he had, which Link 1, which helps Dark Magician, helps make it to where you can normal summon a Dark Magician easily. I think that's huge, and this isn't to take away from that. I think that would also do wonders. We're finding with the new Blue Eyes Link monster how effective that can be, and I think that this would also be huge there. But you guys let me know what you think. Reach out to Loza, get him to see this. That would be awesome. Again, I highly respect the guy. But yeah, in the background here, you see me running a DM Toy Box deck, and I'll let this duel play out, and that'll be the video. Appreciate you guys. See you in the next one.